Okay, I feel like I look like an unk or something like that, like an uncle or something, you know, because I'm getting ready to go to bed. I got my glasses on and everything, and I'm like half yawning. I've got my like headscarf on underneath, and I honestly barely know how I really look because, for starters, I'm not wearing my glasses, and second, like these glasses get rid of pretty much all the other colors in this room. So I'm kind of like, I am currently temporarily colorblind. And usually when I wear these, just so that I can still see TVs and whatever, I tend to like also put these on. So it's like, I'm like a six eyes at that point. I ain't about that. This is going on YouTube, so I cannot do that. Oh no. Oh no. But anyway, hello. My name is Sarah, and I am getting ready to go to bed very shortly. And I said that about half an hour ago, but I kept recording and trying to figure out this recording thing. So all I'm going to do is talk about one thing or multiple things that I probably should have done more of in the track that I shall be releasing in February. When in February, not too sure because I'm still trying to figure out the art style, what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to just take a picture off my phone and put it on my laptop, or if I'm actually going to perhaps use my newly acquired handwriting skills to just come up with something. Not too sure. But I will just talk about something that I noticed with my track. Okay. I did upload a video I'm actually uploading it right now about how I'm proud of how I'm dealing with the low end. I'm getting better with figuring out the low end. Oh my God. Low end? What? Low end. And, I was talking about how I've been low shelving a lot of my low end instead of purely cutting. And that came from like Help Me Devon, like channel Devon Terrell, and his interview with like mastering.com. I started like really thinking about the frequencies that are piercing to like the human ear, and how many of those I can never really figure out how to really handle for years in my tracks. Excuse me, because here's the thing, okay? I spent, like, when I first started, I think I talked about it in one of my videos. When I first started, I didn't think about any of this. I was like, oh, whatever, this is it. You do it and you're done and it's easy. Then I did too much compression, too much limiting, and it sounded gross when I mixed it down. I would ask myself continuously, why doesn't my stuff sound like what's out on, in the world? And you need to be proud of yourself for the work that you've done while simultaneously understanding that there may be things that you can improve, right? I am not of the belief now, and I don't think I've ever really been of the full belief that just because I put it out there, it's going to be 100%, like everybody's going to love it. I understand that I need to still be a bit objective at some point about my tracks. And so I know I have a lot more work to do overall. I still enjoy my processes, and I'm learning to process or love the process of mixing and mastering to the best of my current abilities, and perhaps getting better at it regardless, right? So anyway, I shelf a lot of my lows. I do dynamic EQ. Thank goodness for Cubase for this, because Lord, have I had issues with Cubase. I swear this track has had issues. Me and Cubase, constant issues. Okay, so the fact that this is done, I'm hesitant to even press like the space bar, right? Because I'm afraid that something's gonna just go wrong with this, and I'll just have to like just walk away from it and be like, screw Cubase, okay? I'm still learning how to use it. I'm still learning to tame it. My next like tracks, like songs, will probably come from Studio One again, because it's intuitive. Studio One is truly intuitive. it is the best of all worlds. It works, you know, and where I thought that my issue with Studio One with the crashing was a thing, Cubase crashes too. It just costs a heck of a lot more. Okay, so anyway, I'm proud of my low end for this track that I've been working on. I am happy with the frequency, dynamic EQ as well, right? Just side chaining EQ basically, amazing. One thing though that I didn't really do too much of, because again, I'm trying to learn how all of this works in Cubase, is reverb and delay. I have been coming into issues with how to kind of like remove certain effects from my mix console. Like once I add something, it's basically there forever. It seems like I can't delete it. And so it's like I have to be even more intentional about what I'm going to use, why, and on which instruments. And sometimes I don't really know that at that point in time. Like I just play around with it and see what kind of works, and then I keep moving it forward. Something I did learn through Sonic Scoop, because I was looking into it, was honestly the difference between pre-fader and post-fader, and why you'd use post-fader or pre-fader, or why you'd use inserts. That was very helpful, because I noticed that on Cubase, if I clicked on something, and I won't be able to even demonstrate it now, because I'm currently like temporarily only seeing red, and I understand I'm a Taurus, but you know, it's just the glasses, okay? It's not the bullish attitude. I found that I would click on something and I'd see it go blue, and then if I click on it again, it would go orange, and I was like, one's pre-fader, one's post-fader, and there was a slight difference, and I was like, but I didn't understand what that really meant. So thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for Sonic Scoop and me making like a number of notes on that up in here. So so good, so good, such a good channel, along with the Help Me Devon channel, along with the My Studio Nerds. I love how passionate they are. I really love it. And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I decided to take mixing a lot more seriously and mastering a bit more seriously, I wouldn't find those podcasts like the Sonic Scoop or even Help Me Devon's, like the My Studio Nerds podcast, to be as entertaining or as captivating. I wasn't in the right frequency or in the right mindset for a number of years to take that information in. I used to listen to Dave Pensato back from like when I was in college, like back in like 2013, 2014. I was really into podcasting right at the beginning, and I would listen to his stuff, and I just got like the Studio One, stuff, and Studio One audio box, but I didn't understand what they were really talking about. It didn't necessarily click or make sense. I feel like if I were to go back now, a lot of it would make more sense to me, right? Everybody learns at different times. Certain things click for certain people at certain times, and that's what it was for me. But one of the things for this track, since I've rambled, reverb and delay, I didn't use enough of it. I notice on all of my other tracks, usually when I do that, like just there's a little bit of it, but usually there's a whole lot more on a lot of the tracks that I've worked on in the past, and I kind of want to utilize that again if I can, right? Because I really like a lot of reverb. I like the echoes, and all of that. But anyway, I didn't do too much of it on this track in particular, because I'm still learning how to use Cubase, and I'm trying to figure out how, like, just how does it all work? How does it work in Cubase? That's the main thing. How do sends fully work, and how can I not be frustrated by them and just give up and say whatever, these are the reverbs, this is it. I'm just gonna handle it as is. So yeah, that's about it. Just want to talk about the reverb. Ugh, I am so tempted to just go back to Studio One, but I spent too much money on Cubase, and even though I bought Studio One again, I'm so damn stubborn. I want to stick it through. I want to figure out Cubase though. I don't want to just run back to what's comfortable. I'm working on getting out of my comfort zone with a lot of these things, including this recording. I am cheating a little bit with these glasses, but it's still scary because this is going on the web. And I'm choosing to do it. I'm tired. I'm gonna just go to bed, and I'll probably post something random around Family Day if I don't choose to work overtime, if they allow it. All right, thank you for being here with my ramblings, my little toque, and good night.